Howdy folks, welcome back to the shed on this absolutely sweltering Sunday. What is it today? It's the 11th of June, flaming June, and it's actually flaming June for a change. I'm running some American stock today for our cousins across the pond, so I hope that fits in nicely. I've got a Union Pacific 282 running, which is an MCH model, Mike's Train House, for those of you that would have known that. And the other one is an Athens Genesis Spirit of the Union Pacific. It's an SD70 ACE. Hello, Dino. Nice to see you. And Andy Dobson. Hi, Andy. Yeah, not bad. Trying to keep cool. Here's the smoothie of the day, which is banana, pineapple, and that kind of slop. So there you go. Cheers, everybody. Up, Timber Sir. Welcome in. Got a little American extravaganza today. So I'll point them out as they come up behind me, and then I'll give you a closer look. Got me I Like Trains t-shirt on. Yeah. All I could find that wasn't in the laundry pile. So yes, it's a USRA 282 Union Pacific, and with a nice load of boxcars, stock cars, and various bits and pieces. And going the other way is an SD70 ATE. Now, if I put the sound on for that one, it will absolutely drown us out. So it's a very loud model. Hello, James. Nice to see you. And a very good morning to you. Now, I hope it's nice and sunny there, because it certainly is here. Looking at the temperature, in old money, it's 86 degrees, which is fair. June over here for us usually means it's pelting down with rain and changeable, but we certainly seem to have hit a calm, sunny period at the moment. Yeah, it's hot in the Midlands, Coventry. Okay. There's Chris. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. So yeah, this is the ACE 70. I mean that in its fancy colours. It's pulling a typical Union Pacific maintenance of way train with the crane on there, some tankers, various box cars, and a caboose on the end. Got to have a caboose. It's 30 degrees when you're out and about yesterday. Yes, it was. Yeah, it was 29. We just had a trip to the dump. I'm pointing that way because, yeah, the dump's at a little provincial town called Letchworth. So we took all the unwanted gear up there and dumped it. Yeah. So it's certainly, hot. I'll just give you a quick blast of this SD70. It is quite loud, so I'll cut it in and out. That's in its muted position. That's full loud. Here comes the horn. Yeah, that's pretty loud. That's down sort of half loud, and I can mute it like this. The wonders of DCC. This is where DCC comes into its own, because you've got that much more control. This is, according to the box down here, this is the box. It's a beautiful box. All right, take a look at that. You're probably seeing it the right way. I'm seeing a complete reverse at the picture I'm looking at. But can somebody tell me that that's the right way round? There's Delft Junction. Hello, man. Oh, you've got to go to Wicks for more wood for the layout. That's admirable. Okay. Spirit of Union Pacific. It is it's a Tsunami 2. So let's actually read what it says. SD70 ACE, 1943 Spirit of Union Pacific with sound. And it's certainly got that all right. So, yeah, it's got monstrous sound on it. I mean, the other one, the MTH 282 that you see there, we've got that subdued in the sound, so it's just a background noise rather than. I mean, you can do this with American locomotives. You can turn them down or mute them. Hello, Jackie. Nice to see you. Hope Lee's okay, and I hope yourself's all right. You're not too bad. That's good. That's good. Great stuff. Do you pronounce the T? What did I say that pronounced the T? Tsunami. Let's have a look at the box again. Tsunami. Well, the Hawaiians and Japanese that I've heard say tsunami when there's a bloody great wave coming. Yeah, I think the T is silent. Yeah, tsunami. So, yeah, tsunami. Yeah, so it's certainly got all the sounds and all the bells and whistles. And, yeah, I mean, it's just plain old loud. So I hope our American co-conspirators like this. There's Lee. Hello, Lee. Nice to see you. Yeah, forget all the scars on the arms. That's the dog biting me to smithereens. And she gave me a whopper there. That's one of her claws. Yeah, there's still a bit sharp, even though we're taking her out. Can't really take her out for walkies this time of day because the pavement's so hot that it'll burn her little pads. So yeah. Right. Here's the drink of choice today. I hope you all got a nice cold drink. This one's warming up quite nicely, but it's sort of a smoothie with banana and it's a tropical mush, but very tasty. Still quite cold. So cheers, everybody. Oh yeah, the signal cabin. Hello. So yeah, what I'll do, I'll twizzle the camera around a bit so you can see some of the action. We'll try it this way first and see what it's like. Right, here we go. Let's move it a little closer. That's not too good, is it? Let's modify. I'll take you to the other side of there. And here comes the 282. That's better, yeah, you can see the action now. Hello, Ray. So that's a 282 Union Pacific with some suitable running stock boxcars, one a little weathered there, tanker, and then a reefer, and some stock cars, and then an unrestrained load right there. So they're just teetering on there. They're just balanced. But it must be a smooth running truck because it hasn't come off. And there's the SD70 with the maintenance away train. So that's not bad. I mean, it's I'd say about a good 75% to 80% of that belongs to Richard. So I've snaffled it, if you like. But there you go. Yeah, the T-shirts. I don't remember where that came from, but yeah, you got to have a few train-related ones. You know, it's obviously topical. Be nice to have if you had an exhibition sort of this kind of weather. You know, I like your T-shirt, man. Yeah, great. Well, yes, Chris, I'm glad you got the Class 47, and I hope it lives up to your expectations. Yeah, the vaccine's an ID vaccine. It's just a paper one, and there's a seam line over there somewhere, but as much as you try and disguise all of the seam lines, it doesn't always work. So there you go. Been to 4 model railway shows in the last 8 days. Now that does take some doing. You must be exhausted, Timber. Oh, good. That's great, Chris. Yeah, thank you very much for doing my logo for me. I know you've done another addition to that, but I'll speak to you about that offline. Because really, being only a half techie, I don't know what to do with it, but I'm sure you can explain it. And there's Al at Brainton Junction. Hi, you're Al. Okie dokie. All right. I'm running a bit of American stuff today, Al. You'll see a 282 come around in a minute. Had a day off from shows today. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. You have to rest on the Sabbath. Isn't that right? On some BLIs, you can double click the F8 and lower the volume. Well, on the SD70 that you see coming past you any second now, I've muted that on 8 because it's really rather loud, even on the half setting. I think if you hit F9, it halves the sound, but even on half, it's quite overpowering. But when it does start up, as soon as track power is applied, you get a warning bell in the background and the prime mover starts up. Yeah, that's a lovely 282. Really, really nice. I'm quite pleased actually. There's not much wobble on them at all. Mind you, I did clean the wheels. And I do like this caboose when it comes around. That's really nice. That's on the low setting. So you can see why I've muted the sound on that one, because it is a bit overpowering. But I'll start it up just before it hits the camera, and then I'll give you the full Monty. See what it sounds like for you. Tom's Markling train layout, GF SNCF. Wow, okay. Have a look at that later. Right, here we go. This is full loud. That's half loud. And that's muted. There's Kyle Stevens. Here's a bit of Americana for you. A nice USRA 282 in UP. I don't know if UP's your bag, Kyle, but there should be a few box cars on there which are a bit more exotic. And there's Hi. Hello, Hi. And Ivo Van Zon. Hello. Yeah, it's it does get a bit loud. I'll give you another blast of the horn as it comes around. Yeah, I'll just mute it there, otherwise it'll drown me out. Yes, it's a bit of Americana today for our North American cousins. Not forgetting the Canadians, but I don't have any Canadian stuff at the moment. I could do with a bit of CN, so I'll watch out for that. Just like the NASCAR that's driving at Le Mans right now. Oh yeah, there's isn't it a Penske? Something like that. Is it Porsche Penske or is it the Cadillac one? Yes, on the 282 when it comes around, I've got the sound down enough that it doesn't drown me out completely. So I've got no noise reduction on, so you should be able to hear me okay, along with the loco, which is what I was aiming for. Yes, I did watch the start, but the start of the Le Mans was a bit strange actually. There was an unwarranted crash. Just lost control of it, whacked it into the Armco, and almost tore one of the wheels off. So I found that all a bit strange, and then it was safety cars for lap upon lap, and I just lost interest there. What I'll do, I'll wait until the race is over, and then watch the potted highlights. Yes, hi, it's Americana today. Here comes an SD70, all Union Pacific on this one. And then there's a couple of baggage cars, black car, crane, tanker, and maintenance and way cars. Oh, and the doggies appeared. Hello, Blondie. Oh, now she's flopped out. She wants a bit of a fuss, but it's as hot for the doggies as it is for us today. So it's a real scorcher. James is getting ready to start his bench work. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, there's 2 American locos running high. The steam loco you will see coming around by the signal box any second now is a USRA 282 made by Mike's Train House, MTH, which is now a defunct company. And apparently Scale Trains now own all of their moulds in HO. So we may see a resurgence of this. All die cast, fantastic models, smoke, lights, sound, you name it. The only thing it can't do is make you a tea or a smoothie. And a suitable rake of, well, it's got to be a long rake, a fairly long rake. This is about as long a rake as I feel comfortable with. Otherwise, if I went to about another one of those, I could do it, but it'll end up being a tail chaser. And Kyle Stevens. There is work going on in the shadows. For those that have just joined, the drink of choice today is a banana and pineapple smoothie. Cheers, everybody. Oh. Yesterday I bought out of a scrap box a loco stateless unknown. Paid £4. Created a community post with a picture requesting what type it was. Yes, I saw that. High. Yeah, class 86 or AL6. I noticed Ben put a message on there. So if you read his message, he's pretty accurate in what he tells you. These were made for the Euston to Glasgow Express. So, yeah, mainline loco, quite powerful, 3,000 horsepower. I don't know what that is in electrical terms, but yeah, powerful engines, and they could still do their stuff today if they weren't so decrepit. But there are a few of them that have been not so much salvaged, but have gone straight into museum ownership. Yeah, Class 86. She'll come on right at the day of the status. Yeah, I hope it's sound. Let's put it that way. Sound of structure rather than anything else. It's always difficult when it's been packed away for years and status unknown. No insult meant. Oh, all good, Delph. No worries. Good. That's what we like to see, a community spirit. Chris is off down the car and bus rally at Barry Island after this stream. Okay, well, what I'll do, I'll go on for about an hour because any more, I'm going to be sweating buckets. This is the one time that the shed can only do so much. It keeps in a lot of the heat, even though I've got vents in it. So yeah, I'll keep you for an hour, and then you can go about your worldly business. It should be the business of relaxing on the Sabbath, but there you go. Each to their own, as they say. It needed to be a TLD. What's a TLD? Hi. 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 A TLD. Totally ludicrous destruction. Tight lips, Dennis. I can just see High beavering away on his keyboard at the moment. A TLD. Come on, High, fill me in. I get the feeling no matter what Chris does, he will enjoy himself. So I don't think you have to worry about that one, Del. As long as you don't find yourself in possession of a bus at the end of the day, Chris, I'm sure you'll be fine. Yes, yeah, Carl, I snaffled it from Richard's Supply. Quite a few of these box cars you see before you now are Richard's ones. What belongs to me is, let's see, you see those two log cars that are coming around? Oh, no, the stock cars, the log cars, I believe are Richard's, as is the caboose. And Richard's loco, of course. So, yeah, I snaffled nearly the whole train. Oh, it's a bit too loud, is it? Are you talking about the steamer? Hi. Because I can always mute it. Which is this one. Yeah. Yep. That's it. There's one thing I didn't do is let you hear the sound. I'll tell you what, I'll stop it on the way round. I'll let you hear the sound of the whistle on the 282, which is your typical multi-chime American whistle. It's quite spectacular, actually. Oh, so Lee's going live at 5 instead. Oh, he's doing a video at 5 instead of a live stream. Right, so if I stop her about there. Look at that for slow speed. Wunderbar. Right. And if I hit 3. And 5. There are the marker lights. And here's the bell. And here is the whistle. Oh dear. I'll just shut it down again because I initiated what they call a PFA. It's a freight announcement. So it goes through a whole layer of freight announcements. So I'll just kill it there and then I'll start it up again. Here we go. Actually, no, I won't. If I just get her moving, we'll keep her quiet. Yeah, it's a classic. It's all die cast. The body, the tender, everything on it is die cast. I know MTH got a lot of flack from our American cousins, but being very toy-like and things like that. When you get all metal construction, you can't sneeze at that. All right, smoke's a gimmick. But if you like smoke, where else can you get it? Only BLI. And BLI's smoke is not as good as theirs. The MTH boys did the best job with smoke that you could possibly get on there. Outside of those vapey things, but I'm not keen on those either. Yeah. Ivo, did they have like large size bells, or was it just the manner in which the striker hit the bell? Interesting. What type of cars, wagons did the Class 86 call? Right, towards the end of its life, it was in a Freightliner livery, which was all over green with Freightliner written on the side, Freightliner Power Hall, and it was doing freight at that time, usually double-headed. But when it first came online, it was a passenger locomotive, and it would be pulling Mark I British Rail coaches. Usually, there'd be a transition period, either maroon colour for the 1950s, 60s, or BR blue and grey for then up until they moved into a corporate stripy sort of livery. That's pretty much it. So yeah, Mark I British Rail coaches. The ones with the little quarter-light windows that you could actually open. Not the later ones with just a big window lens and air conditioning. These were the ones that you actually got fresh air into. German one's quite small, but steam operated, so it's more like a Hammerstein. Oh, I see. Okay. I imagined on the bigger American steam locomotives, they had a similar thing, or do have a similar thing. Go back to the late 1800s, it was just a simple pull of the bell from a cord, But I think as they got into the 1920s, 30s, they either did it by steam or electrics. So, yeah, it's probably a fair facsimile of Germany and America. If I see smoke in the cabin, get the extinguisher out, it's all wood. Well, this is an all wood shed, but we're suckers for smoke. So as long as it's just the locomotive doing it and nothing else, that's fine. The Southern Pacific 6 chime and 614's K5 LLA. Yeah, a lot of it's personal taste, Kyle. But there are just so many bells and whistles. You've got Leslie's and all kinds of things. The list is quite staggering, particularly those that they actually put or could have in the locomotives you've got a model of. Usually, by changing a few CVs, you can get about 30, 40 different bell sounds and different horn and whistle sounds. Fantastic. Yeah, I think our American cousins have still got the edge on anything we can do with DCC sound. So our sounds are a little more. Well, I suppose because a lot of our diesels were based on marine engines, they sound very noisy. Um, of course, now a lot of the stock that's on our railways has got EMD engines. They sound very similar to yours, but it seems to have lost something in the variety. You know, they tend to sound a bit like a vacuum cleaner now. What size the layout? It's 12 by 8. Well, knock the shed's 12 by 8. You can knock 4 inches off of that each way, and that's a true reflection of what you've got inside that you've got to play with. But effectively, for a rule of thumb, it's 12 foot by 8 foot. Don't ask me what that is in meters. I don't work in meters. More smoothly. Oh, yeah. For impressive amounts of Euro diesel noise, try German BR232 with old cooling fans. Ah, great. Yeah. Yeah, we have a similar thing with like group coolers and things like that. But they only generally tend to have one sound, depending on which loco. Obviously, the cooling depends on the loco. Oh, thanks, Chris. I thought you were off down to the bus. Oh, you're going to do it after the live stream. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll be as good as my word, and we'll knock it off at about 2 o'clock. I hope that's okay with you, Chris. There's Mick at Edgeley Park Station. Hello, Mick. How nice to see you, old chap. Don't forget to keep the beers going. Yeah, have a beer. Mind you, this is going to be it's going to be about Artie's bedtime, so we might not see. There's Dwight Curley. Hello, Dwight. I'm running a bit of your gear today, Dwight. This is there's a USRA 282 coming around in Union Pacific livery, and a fair little train of box cars, stock cars, reefers, and that kind of jazz. Let's give your ears a blast. And just for you, Kyle, here comes an SD70 ACE. There's Artie. That's half sound, and that's muted. Now, I hope that came across suitably for you, Kyle. And yeah, Artie's in the house. Must be coming up to your bedtime now, Artie. I'll just stop the. If I put the sound on, I'll stop it right where you are, and you'll hear it take off. Yeah, it clears the earwax. It really does. This is what it sounds like on full blast. Watch out for those British bridges and tunnels. It'll chop the roof off. Nope, haven't got any of them, Artie. I'll just kill that a second. Nope, there are no tunnels. There are no bridges. There are nothing but wide curves and nothing to get in the way. That was one of the things when building a layout that could be used with American stock. Everything had to be a little bit bigger. So I took that into account. It was one of the American coaches that I got. It was a Walther's coach. And it said on the box, minimum radius 25 inches. And of course, that knocks most of the sort of toy train, like Hornby track, right out of the ballpark. You just couldn't use it. So I went for the widest points and things that I could get away with these 25 inch. So what you see starting ahead of you, the curves over there, are pretty massive. It's about an 11-foot diameter right the way across. So I didn't mess around. I knew what I wanted to run. So it's just a matter of trying to shoehorn everything in to a 12x8 shed and make allowances for what I wanted to run, really. Station roofs. Laugh my ass off. My friend Richard found that out. Yeah, but we can actually run the APTE, which we do have one of, which is the Rapido model, and it sticks its nose out a huge distance in front, but it doesn't hit anything, not on this layout. So yeah, I think it's really nice of you to join us, Artie, particularly as it's getting near bedtime. I'm going to go on for about another quarter of an hour because Chris wants to get to the local bus and lorry exhibition. They're having a rally, I think. So that's okay. And it's pretty hot in this shed. It's 30 odd degrees. I mean, for us, that's as good as the summer gets here. I know it can be a bit of a disappointment for what you get in Australia, where it gets to 45, 50 degrees. Having beef cooked for the neighbour's party. Oh, well, we did have a couple of barbecues this week because the weather's been so nice. Yeah, some ribeye steak, sausages. Yeah, great stuff. There was even some hamburgers thrown in there. and some nice fried onions. Right, let's get the steamer going. Here we go. Had to adjust your layout to suit your rolling stock. Yeah, if you can think of that beforehand. I know you can't think of everything, but let's see if I still got it down here. Yeah, there it is. It's a Walthers Pullman heavyweight in New York City colours. But on the side of the box, it says minimum radius 25 inches. The radius on this point here is 26. So you can just get away with the Pico Streamline small point. But that's the absolute minimum. If you went to the set track, the radius is something like 22 inches. Wouldn't be able to do it. It would derail straight away with any heavyweights. There's the 282 coming around now with a nice tiny length American train. But it's the best I can manage with what I've got. I'm sure you understand. Yeah. They wanted me to do brisket as it was their son's first birthday. You did a 30-pound brisket. Blimey, how many were there? Must have been quite a heavy party. Got heavy rain, thunder tonight in the UK. Yeah, that has been forecast. But I looked at the weather forecast yesterday and it said sort of mid-afternoon we'll be getting some thunder. Now, taking a look outside, it's a little bit hazy, but it's still bright sunlight. And it's been that way all morning. It's now 80, it's still 86 degrees. Oh. Got away with using 20-inch radius. Take out the middle axle. Oh, no, that's cheating. I couldn't have that. Well, that's one thing that really used to annoy me about the old Triang steam trains, that they'd always miss out. They'd have a blind driver in the middle so it could get around these tortuous curves. And it made it look pants, really. And my dad never agreed with that. Whereas with the River Rossi stuff, all of their locomotives were flanged. So, I don't know. Dare I say it, I haven't had a derailment yet. Famous last words. It's raining very little here. Haven't had rain in 2 months and everything is dead here. And it's 62 degrees in the morning. It was like that overnight. It was 16, 17 degrees Celsius, which is, 50s, high 50s. But as soon as the sun come up, wallop. Yeah, best weather forecast, look out the bloody window, yeah. Yeah, it's getting near the end of my smoothie now, so yeah, and even that's starting to warm up. The French had a steam engine that had flanges off of it on the third driving act. Yes, we've got one similar RT, which is the 9F, but it was actually built and it ran that way. And I've got no qualms about having something that's lifelike. I'm not going to say prototypical. The 9F has got the centre driver blind, but the full-size one had it like that. But when you had something like a 462 and the centre driving wheels just had no flange on it whatsoever, just so it could get around these tight curves, you've got to ask yourself some questions. It's the difference between a train set and a model railway. But there you go. Each to their own. So yeah, I made all the curves nice and big. use turnouts, which the minimum one I already showed you. Yeah, mine has still had a tendency to fall off the rails on certain point work. Yeah. Now, I know you're going to call me a loony. You're a loony. But I have got a box of N gauge somewhere. I think it's up in the loft. But when we get around to winter and we get a real nasty, snotty day, I'll set up the N gauge on the dining room table, and then we'll have an N gauge bash in midwinter. How's that sound? More an indication of worn track. You run 50s and 52s on anything that could take the axle load. Yeah. N is for nutty gauge. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, N gauge. You don't have space for larger curves. 24-inch is maximum. Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah. That was the idea of the shed, rather than have a room in the house, or it's trying to find a room big enough in the house so you can have some prototypical curves. So that was the idea of the shed. And I'd always had something in the back of my mind where the train didn't have to appear like a snake, just getting through the curves and stuff. And those have flanges, centre wheels. Yeah. Well, I suppose when you got to a certain length, you either articulated it or you had to leave something off. Who was Mallet? Was he Swiss? Anatole Mallet, who I suppose invented the articulated engine. Done some experiments on the low level, so I know what curves to use and turn out to what speed. Take a lot of planning to be able to run big rolling stock. Yeah, that I can't stress enough to those that are doing it. Try and think of everything before you start cutting wood. For those that have done it all before, yeah, fine. Okay, you can go on almost autopilot. That's very kind of you, Dino. Thank you. But yeah, try and think of everything in advance as much as you possibly can, because there are certain things that will come back and bite you. It did even with this layout. I thought I had everything considered, but I didn't. Well, we did a copy of the chassis of the Marklin Class 50 for the Silver Seal 9F. Yeah, well, they copied the motor from Fleischmann, which I think it was settled out of court, but there was litigation papers going on against them because they literally lifted it straight from a Fleischmann loco and copied it. It was a blatant copy. You'll be able to use automation using train controller program. Yeah, I can see the value in that. You could set yourself up a program while sitting there eating your dinner, and then the next day download the program and just sit there and watch everything unfold before your eyes. Michael won't let me fit through the manhole to the attic. Two layouts, one in the hobby room, it's 8x4, and 26x4 in the loft to run long trains. Yeah, you're really going to have to get back in the loft, Lee. There's Roger. Hello, Roger. Nice to see you, old chap. I'll just give you a blast of this as I come past. Oh, wrong one. Recall. Here we go. Yeah. Nothing like waking the neighbours up, is there? You're up. The vid's out soon. Oh, that's good news. Yes, running a bit of American stock today. So there used to be a great place in Cornwall, a place called Dobwalls. It was the, what did it used to be called, Roger? It was the something Park Railroad. Yeah, they had a great, what was it? It was like a 15-inch gauge railway at a place called Dobwalls in Cornwall. The Forest Railroad Park, that's what it was called. And they had literally at the time the world's only working big boy in steam, and it was a massive engine. You could ride it all day long. It was marvelous, and I suppose that's what got my son into it. All the other locos were all American as well, the diesels, the lots. There's Jason. Hello, Jason. Bit of American stock for you today. It's a bit of a change. So yeah, unfortunately it shut down after the year 2000, something like that. That 2010 something. And what a great loss that was. So it was just a great place to go to see working steam engines, American steam engines, Dobwalls. Yeah, it was a great place. And unfortunately, it is no longer. Yeah, long gone. What a shame. I used to love going there. But it got a bit tourist parky. They started introducing cars and ball pits and all the rest of the crap. But it was the railroad. When it was just a railroad park, it was just great. They had an extensive woodland there, and you could take a picnic, and it was just watch the steam trains and ride them. Brilliant. Yeah, I think we've all got our memories of that place, Roger. Lots and lots of steam, and yeah, it was just a great place to go. Sadly, no longer. So now we just go to Mevagissey down there and eat all their fish. Oh, it's a housing estate. Well, it was going to be some kind of artist's retreat or something like that. But yeah, it's coming up to 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna kill it at 1. So I'll just get some sounds going. Let's see, this one. Thanks for coming, Delph. That's great. Two. Yes, correct. Here she comes. Yeah, it does clear the wax out your ears somewhat. So yeah, I'm going to catch up on your Odyssey to what was it yesterday? It was the Rail Riders. I did see that you'd been doing some live streams. I just haven't caught up with it yet, Jason, but I will do today because just totally busy yesterday. I didn't get a whiff of it until yesterday night, but I'll catch up with it today. But from the tiny bit I did see, it looks like the weather was like it is today, glorious. Yeah. Yeah, so it's what's the time now? Yeah, it's just come up to 2 o'clock. So I'm going to kill it there, guys, and go and get another cold one and get in the shade. Just editing your Rail Riders now. It'll be out next weekend. Oh, look out for that. And a premiere for Lee at 5 p.m. today. So yeah, that's something else to watch out for. Any idea if Connie's going live today, Lee? Thanks, Dwight. Thanks for coming. And enjoy your sleep, Artie. Thanks for coming, man. And let me just grab you from now. Yeah, there we go. Right on. Okay. Well, thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciated you coming in. Hope you like the American stock that I was running. It's a little bit different, but can be a bit noisy, so I just quelled it a bit. I will catch up with the Rail Riders stuff today, and yeah, it's something different. Thanks, Hi. Thanks for coming in, and thank you all for coming. And I'm going to go and grab a cool one and find a shady spot. So thanks again for coming, guys. See you all next week, as long as we're all fit, and I'll catch you all pretty soon. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.